We're back live with you tonight, Town in Focus, and thanks for staying on. Trade Union Federation, COSATU Limpopo Region, has urged for more action for arresting those accused of wrongdoing. Their reaction follows this past week's arrest of former Elias Motsoaledi Local Municipality Mayor Julia Mathebe and the former municipal manager Minah Maredi by the Hawks. The arrests were part of an investigation into their alleged role in the investment of municipal funds in the failed VBS Mutual Bank. A forensic report reveals that more than 2.7 billion rands was looted from the bank. Joining us now is COSATU Limpopo Regional Secretary Hangwani Mashao. Hangwani, good evening. Good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. It happened in 2018. It's said that close to 2,000 people lost their life savings. Not only that, thousands also lost their job. As far as COSATU is concerned, is this the best outcome in this particular matter in resolving it? And what's your feeling on the time that it is taking to get to this point?
Thank you very much, Chavo, and the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. As the Congress of South African Trade Unions in Limpopo Province, we feel actually vindicated by these arrests that are now taking place. Our view is that these arrests have been long overdue. The investigation process took some time, which we had hoped that it would be swift, and those that have done wrong to the people in this province will be held to account for their deeds. But we are encouraged that now at least accountability is beginning to take place, because when people have been arrested, they will have to go to courts and respond to the cases that are against them in the courts.
Yeah.
But we are very disappointed that the Terimutau report, which you have mentioned in your opening, has been sitting with the office of the Premier for some time, and there doesn't seem to be serious action taken in terms of implementing the recommendations of the report. Except one or two municipalities where a mayor was removed. But we believe that the interventions that should happen should be thoroughgoing and deal with all the issues that are mentioned in the report and the recommendations that are made in the report.
Yeah. What about, of course, the thousands of jobs that have been lost, and what about those who will not be able to even recover their savings from this process? Is that enough accountability for them?
Now, the shenanigans surrounding the VBS saga have been very costly on people. You would recall that we lost 2 shop stewards who blew the whistle on this matter. They were assassinated. May their souls rest in peace. But also we know that there were workers who worked in the bank, and after its collapse, those workers remain without jobs. And thirdly, indeed, the people who had saved money in the bank have lost their savings, because as we have been informed, individuals could only recover about 100,000 per person. But there are individuals who had invested their life savings into the bank, and all those savings are gone. And with devastating consequences to society in general and those individuals involved. Some couldn't take it that they have lost their life savings, and their health deteriorated, and some of them passed away. So it's a very sad situation in relation to VBS Mutual Bank, and I don't think there's anyone who can be able to justify anything related to VBS Mutual Bank. It's a very tragic situation.
You've previously been, of course, quite vocal about this particular matter. Hence, you're saying you feel quite vindicated that these arrests have been effected. However, there have been talks of crumbling relations, must I say, between the ANC and its alliance partners. And VBS has been one of those issues of division between yourself and the alliance partner in Limpopo, especially in instances where those implicated were, for example, continued to be appointed into position in government. Does this in any way restore that relationship? Does it affect it even further?
No, we believe that the relationship between the alliance partners, the ANC, South African Communist Party, and COSATU, it's a relationship that is based on a program that has been adopted a long time ago. But of course, we will not always agree as alliance partners, particularly on this issue of VBS. But I will not say it's the entire ANC. It's some people or elements within the ANC who do not necessarily agree with COSATU and possibly even the party on the issue of VBS. But the majority of ANC members believe that it was wrong for the people's money to be invested in a mutual bank, whereas the regulations clearly prohibit that, and as a consequence of that, and as a consequence of the subsequent looting, the bank collapsed, and with the outcomes that one has been indicating earlier. So we cannot say we disagree with the ANC solely on the basis of VBS. VBS is one of them, because there are people in the ANC who are staunch supporters of what happened in VBS. And obviously we will not agree with those people.
Yeah.
We'll continue to say it's wrong, it was wrong, and anything similar to it, we will still call it to be wrong if it happens in the future.
But do you think that this will result in the ANC giving you more hearing, especially when it comes to issues of deployment and those that they would deploy into government?
But we wouldn't say the ANC should give us more hearing because of the outcomes of what is happening now. But of course, what we've been saying is that these things were wrong, and they were going to create problems of delivery to society, because billions of rands of people's money were lost in this VBS. What one would call a scam that happened, and that money would have gone a long way towards addressing some of the issues of service to communities which are served by the ANC-led government. So we believe that the main thing is to say these things of this nature should never happen again, and where they happen, we should be able to unite and say this is wrong. We cannot be divided over something that is wrong. Other people believing that it's right, whereas the vast majority of people realize that it's not correct, it's wrong, and therefore we must reject what is wrong if it is wrong, and applaud what is right if it is right. We can't applaud the wrong because some people believe that it must be applauded.
So what is the view of COSATU then in Limpopo about the membership of these two officials who have been arrested within the ANC and the alliance? Would you be calling for them to continue being in these structures? No, what we would be calling, like we were said earlier in the statement released to the media, is that the Hawks should continue with the investigations and make sure that all those that are responsible for this that we have seen are actually held to account in the courts of law for their deeds, and would not want to
to limit it to the 2 individuals that have been arrested and for which the Hawks have issued a statement. But we want to say all those that have been responsible for this must be arrested and face the law in the law courts.
Hangwani, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on and helping us in the conversation there. COSATU Limpopo Regional Secretary Hangwani Mashao there on the arrest of those high-ranking officials in Limpopo as it relates to the VBS saga.